Hey there, I am Elle McPherson and I am going to share with you my beauty routine, which is really a wellness routine disguised as a beauty routine because I truly believe that when you're well within, it shows on your skin. So I'm going to start with this Ion Biome. I take a little swig. Supports your gut, and that's super important because when you go to put other nutrients inside, like my Wellco skin capsules, which I take 2 a day, and this is all part of my beauty routine. I take these with my Super Elixir. I'm going to fill up my bottle with some water. I use a crystal bottle. When I turned 50, I started to notice so many changes in my body. I was sugar addicted, sleep deprived, adrenally stressed. And it showed, it showed on my skin, it showed in my body. And I was doing the same things I've been doing since I was 20, and they just weren't working anymore. Changed my lifestyle, and within a few months, people started to say to me, God, you look amazing, and what are you doing? And I realized there were so many women that must have been struggling like I was, and I wanted to share it with other people. So that is the birth of Wellco. So for me, circulation is key. Lymphatic drainage is really, really important. You've got to move those toxins out of your body. It will show on your skin. It will show on the way you feel. I have 2 ways of doing it. Dry body brush. Start at my palm. You can see like this. I'll go up, 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 and everything goes towards the heart. You may not know that there's actually a body gua sha. So I use this a lot. I have a steam most nights. And while I'm in the steam, when my body is sweating, I'll put oil on it, and then I'll use the body washer the same way as I use the lymphatic drainage brush. Being Australian, I have always been interested in wellness. I mean, we come from a beautiful natural country. We really value our health and well-being, and so I've always been naturally curious. This is Ion for the skin. I'm a huge fan of Dr. Sturm. I use her super anti-aging face serum. Can you believe I'm doing anti-aging at this point in my life? I didn't really want to be doing that, but I am. That's what happens when you nearly turn 60. So when I was younger, I didn't even have a skincare routine. I would go to work and, the wonderful makeup artists would prep your skin for you, and I didn't have to worry. I mean, I was 18 years old or 19 years old, even until I was 50, pretty much. I didn't have a skincare program. People used to laugh at me and say, you need to take more care, and I probably should have listened. But today, I do take care, and this is a good time to do the gua sha. I'm a label queen, so you can see this one is AM because I get confused with which is for AM and which is for PM. And sometimes I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see. A lot of people forget their neck, and I can tell you, as you mature, that's what shows your age more than anything, and your hands. I love a rich moisturizer, so I use this one here. When I was younger, I would put like body cream on my face or coconut oil or whatever I could find. But today I take, more attention to make sure that I'm putting a moisturizer that really suits my skin, really suits my lifestyle, and really suits my complexion. As I've matured, I realized that that is just a non-negotiable. On my makeup, I keep it super, super simple. I love the Beauty Counters products, and I am so pleased to see the work that Greg Renfrew is doing. He's really, really just leading the cavalry and doing fantastically beautiful products that work and that are clean. I like a dewy skin, and thank God it's fashionable at the moment. Gucci Westman. She also has some wonderful clean products. This is her stick foundation. When I first started modeling, we had to do our own hair and makeup, and this was in the 80s in Australia. And I would panic because I didn't know what to do because I'd never worn makeup in my life. So, and I still feel like that sometimes when I have to go out, and thank God I've got a reputation for being really natural. And I also love a bit of a bronzer. growing up in the 80s in New York City, and I mean, the hair and the makeup during that period of time was just phenomenal. And I see that there's sort of like a movement towards it again, and I go, no, don't go there. We did so well in the year 2000s where we started to really show the quality of the skin and really show the individual beauty of girls. I love seeing people's uniqueness, you know, that we don't all have to look the same. We don't have to have fashionable makeup. We can have makeup that highlights our beautiful qualities that we have. So here's another Gucci thing that I love as well. The highlighter. And then she has a shading one. It's more of a shadow than a contour. It just sort of, it's more like as if you're drawing, where you just kind of get a different, the light falls a little bit differently on the face, which I think is always pretty if you're looking for something that is a bit more sculptured on the face. I like to be a little bit more rosy and round because I think at my age it's just, you know, it's more appealing to look less gaunt. So I've noticed that I've put on weight as I've gotten older, and that old adage you have to choose between your ass and your face is kind of true because if I'm too thin, it really shows on my face. So I keep it round and rosy and fresh. This is Makeup Forever. It's small and I use a little brush like this. I like when this part of the face is flat, like in here, just in here. I like to keep the glow on the sides. And when you're using these creamy products, you do need to sort of just apply and reapply. Because I don't really do anything else on my face, I tend to kind of work a little on my brows. I use a really, really pale brow pencil. This is a MAC one. So you can see the difference. So this one has nothing and this one has something. And you can see how this face, part of my face just looks a little bit more open. Sisters not twins, as they say. And then I love this, this brow gel, which is hard to find. It's a pale brow gel. And I've been through periods where I've been super, super blonde. Not a good look, but I thought so at the time. I thought it was brilliant at the time. Today I'm much happier being more natural. And I love the fact that, you know, my hairdresser said to me, Elle, you have no gray hair. Please show your natural roots. So this is what you're seeing, guys. I don't often wear mascara because it falls down my face. But when I do, I love this one. So this is another beauty counter product. This is like the big fat mascara. Finding a clean mascara is very, very difficult. Chanel Waterproof Contour des Yeux. You can see it's not close to my lashes. It's well underneath where my lashes, and that tends to, see how that's opened up that eye? It's more round now. I will then complement what I've done on the bottom. And I'm a really big believer of less is more. I think guys like to see your face. They like to see the skin texture. They like to think that when they take you home at night, you're gonna look the same in the morning. When you wake up, I think it's really important that we learn to be as much as our natural selves as we can be and let our natural beauty shine through. I've noticed that my lips tend to have lost color. I don't know if that's something that happens as you get older. I've tried doing the whole thing like you bite your lips to make them look really rosy, but I found this other great thing. It's Victoria Beckham. It's called Lip Bitten, and it's a tint. If I want to use a lip liner, I love this one. It's called Bashful, and it's from my friend Daniela Goslin. I tend to go ever so slightly outside my lip line. It's another one. So we don't have too much shine on the lip, on the face, on the cheek. I use these blotting papers. This is the old Studio Fix. I love it. I use it when I'm on camera, like now. And then I get in here and I even out my neck. Piece de resistance, the mother's love, the Australian Paw cream. If you don't have it, ladies, I recommend you get it. I don't use any synthetic perfumes. I love this brand, doTERRA. I use this sacred frankincense, and it's been very hard for me to do this whole thing with my hair up. I love hair. I think I hide behind my hair to some extent. That's why it's such a big thing for me to have kind of just no extensions and to keep it really natural. And I love this dry shampoo from Sam McKnight. It gives me a bit of rock and roll hair. I think you developed this for Kate Moss. But barely there, Texture Mist. Cool girl. That's what I want to be, cool girl. So that's it. Thanks a lot for watching, and mwah, bye.